back to the Red Dirt Road podcast. I'm your host, Marshall Farnsworth, here with Alex Breitenbach and Chad Mitchell, aka Canyon Mitchell, as he goes by on YouTube. Country artist. If you want to say a couple of things about yourself, and we'll get into your music and stuff in more depth later.
Yeah, I started playing music when I was about 15. My grandpa gave me a guitar and a book with chords in it and started playing. I didn't know any songs, so I just started making my own. It's kind of how I started writing songs. After I went to college, I moved to Nashville I was out there for 8 years trying to make it as a songwriter. And, I ended up coming back. I was just going to take a break. I was kind of burned out. Come back, and I haven't been back since. It's been over 10 years now. So I'm taking a long break. But I've had a couple kids since I've been back, and my daughter, she loves to sing, and she's kind of got me back into it the last couple of years. So I figured I'd see what I can do.
Awesome.
Yeah.
It's good to hear.
I'm out here in Western Washington, so long ways from Nashville now.
All right.
Nice.
I've been out there, Bellingham area. Are you are you north or south of Seattle?
I'm south, about 2.5, 3 hours.
Okay.
Yeah, Lewis County. Yeah, it's kind of out by Mount St. Helens, that area.
Nice. Oh, that's
Yeah.
good to hear.
Awesome. We are getting into Kix Brooks' self-titled album. Fourth song on his album is She Does the Walk On By. It was written by Kix Brooks and Gary Nicholson. I looked up who Gary Nicholson was. He's a pretty famous, it looks like, singer-songwriter. Wrote over 500 recordings. Some of the country artists he's wrote with are Willie Nelson, Waylon Jennings, Garth Brooks, George Strait, Ringo Starr, B.B. King, Fleetwood Mac, Kix Brooks, obviously, Billy Joe Shaver, and some others. This song was released as a single in 1989 before, I'm not sure if it was before or after the album was released. And then just listen to the song. It's a little over 3 minutes long. It's got an intro at the beginning, about 15 seconds. I would say the intro is very similar to the Way Up North Around Shreveport intro, but it's a little bit less of a pure kind of funk intro. Kind of jukebox kind of feel, jukebox country kind of feel. The song talks about a woman a lot, his girl, Kix Brooks' girl, I guess. The first verse mentions how physically attractive the girl is, talks about when she does the walk on by, that everyone kind of looks at her. He says he compares her to the fire and gasoline, saying that the people notice her attractiveness sort of as quick as the fire catches on to gasoline. In the second verse, he starts describing her, says things like her long hair flows, ruby lips, 22-inch waist, 34-inch hips, things like that. Ends the verse by saying that she's not there to flirt with other men because she's into Kix Brooks. And both of the verses end by saying that she does the walk on by. It's got a little chorus, a little piano breakdown. And then the third verse says that there's a rich Los Angeles man who offers her $1 million to be in, it seems like a porno mag, and she rejects him. So that's kind of the breakdown of the song. Alex, what do you think of this song? Do you like it, and any thoughts on it?
I mean, it's right off the bat, definitely prime country. I love that sort of like groovy sort of vibe to it. Definitely had a jukebox feel, like you said. And personally, I think that this is one of the better songs on the album. I mean, it definitely has a lot of the vibe of Way Up North Around Shreveport. Kind of sounded very similar to me, just with different lyrics, different context, all that stuff. And personally, I think to me, this is just a song about, Kix Brooks being thankful that his girl is loyal to him. And it just plain and simple. It's about something so simple. Like, he knows the boys go and stare. The boys want to stare, but she does the walk on by. That's probably one of the coolest ways of saying, she don't mind, she don't pay no mind to anybody staring at her or anything like that. And that's like, that's good, because she's kind of explaining that, or he's explaining that she's loyal and stuff like that. I did really enjoy this song. I think that it's very well written. It's simple, it's to the point, and it's groovy. It's definitely something you want to dance to, in my opinion. Because I really loved the song "Way Up North Around Shreveport," and given the fact that this is a little bit similar, but it's a different song in and of itself. I think it's just a good all around song. Not the best on the album, but it certainly is good.
Chad, what did you think of the song?
Yeah, I like it. It's actually the first time I listened to it, and it's just a fun up tempo, traditional sounding country song, and right up Kix Brooks's alley. Just something that I can imagine him singing. It's just a fun up tempo song about, like you said, his girl that's faithful to him, and all the guys want her, and she doesn't pay no attention to him. And kind of reminds me kind of a reverse, like Johnny Cash, where I walk the line, except she's the one that's, walking the line and, being good and faithful. And I like it a lot.
Yeah. I really love that Johnny Cash analogy there. I think that describes it perfectly.
Yeah.
The reverse, I walk the line sort of thing.
Yeah.
That's a good vibe.
Yeah. That's funny you say that. I've been listening to a lot of Johnny Cash lately. That's kind of freaky. You just mentioned that.
Oh yeah.
I didn't even think of that song. I think this song's so similar to Way Up North Around Shreveport. Not the lyrics or anything, but just kind of how it sounds, whatnot. Very similar. Even kind of similar to the first song on the album, Highways and Heartaches.
Oh yeah.
In a little bit. I think still my favorite is, what was the last one called? There's
there's a telephone ringing.
There's a telephone ringing. Still my favorite one off the album so far. This one, not really my favorite one. Maybe not. We're only 4 in. I don't know if it's my least favorite one. Probably not. But I think probably Way Up North Around Shreveport, and there's a telephone ring probably above this one. Yeah, I think just pretty simple song. I like kind of the other ones seem to have a little more story.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I personally I sort of agree with that. I like to divide this album specifically into, the up-tempo sort of songs and that have that kind of groovy vibe, and the like slow down, like slow dance or ballad, breakup songs or what have you. I like to keep them separate because, you got to take each for what it's worth, like what it's intended for. And I think that, just in terms of the up-tempo songs, I think this is one of the best on the album. Definitely a contender with Way Up North Around Shreveport, but I don't really think you can compare it to like There's a Telephone Ringing or,
that's my
but
song
you can definitely
so far.
I think it's one of the best songs so far. Yeah.
When did you say this was released?
1989.
Yeah, August 30th, 1989.
So this is before they got together, huh? Brooks and Dunn got together?
Yep. This is
the
whole album.
Oh, yeah, cool. I was thinking it was after they had split up, a newer one. But
no, this is
cool.
This is
I didn't even know he released one before that.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people don't even know that about this album, but it's interesting just if you like Brooks and Dunn, just listen to it, kind of seeing how it changed, mostly for the better. But he still had some good songwriting and some talent before the Brooks and Dunn.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm confident that even if Kix Brooks never like you could play the what if game and say, oh, well, what if Kix Brooks never met up with Ronnie Dunn? I think that, while Kix Brooks and Ronnie Dunn they both have their own unique sound outside of Brooks and Dunn, which is what I think is definitely shown on the album as a whole. I personally think he would have been successful even without Ronnie Dunn, and just it's a testament to how good they are as a duo. But even like pre Brooks and Dunn level stuff is still really good and has a unique vibe and a sound to it, which I really like.
Yeah, I think so far what we've seen, the 1980s Ronnie Dunn songs he always has that kind of soulful, great voice. And then the Kix Brooks songs seem to have more of like a punch, more of a jukebox kind of a feel. So, they kind of combine those, I think,
Yeah.
maybe in the early Brooks and Dunn albums. Because they always, people always say Brooks and Dunn, they kind of had traditional country music with a punch, that sort of thing.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So Chad, aka Kenyon Mitchell, he's got a song here, My Church is a Fishing Hole. He's going to play this for us and then talk about the song a little bit more in depth. I'm interested to hear his take on the song and just about his singing and songwriting in general. So take it away.
All right, thank you. My pew is a rock where I sit all day long. The sermon's a stream and the birds sing the songs. There's no crowds, there's no walls, there ain't no worries at all. It's just me, the Lord, and my pole. My church is a fishing hole where heaven's right there before your eyes, clear as day, and you can feel his warmth against your skin as you pray, where you can be yourself in your blue jeans and dirty hands, where I know that he loves me just the way I am. You'll find me here bright and early, trying to save my soul. My church is a fishing hole. My faith is the same, I'm just a little different. I do the best that I can, but Lord knows I ain't perfect. There's a lot I don't know, so I just follow where my heart goes. And it's just me, the Lord, and my pole, and my church is a fishing hole where heaven's right there before your eyes, clear as day, and you can feel his warmth against your skin as you pray, where you can be yourself in your blue jeans and dirty hands, where I know that he loves me just the way I am. You'll find me here bright and early, trying to save my soul. My church is a fishing hole. There ain't a lot I ask of him, good health for my family and friends, forgiveness for my sins, and just a bite every now and then. Where heaven's right there before your eyes, clear as day, and you can feel his warmth against your skin as you pray, where you can be yourself in your blue jeans and dirty hands, where I know that he loves me just the way I am. You'll find me here bright and early, trying to save my soul. My church is a fishing hole. My church is a fishing hole.
Awesome.
Yeah, that was really good. Thanks
Thank
for
you.
coming out and sharing that with us.
Oh, thanks for inviting me. It's awesome. Yeah. This my favorite for sure. There were some probably my top 5, acts in country music. So I've loved them since they come out. So this is cool.
Good.
Did you say this was this an original or is this a cover of a song?
Now this is one I wrote probably 2004 or 2005. So it's 15, 16 years old. Yeah, I was in Nashville about 4 years when I wrote this song.
Nice.
Seems to be most people's favorite that I've written. Yeah, and it's probably my favorite. It means a lot to me, and I'm I love to fish. I love to be outdoors, and that's where I feel closest to God is when I'm out there. I go to church with my wife and kids on occasion. And I got nothing against church. I love church and the idea of it, but where I feel closest to God is just out in out in the country, fishing or hiking or something like that,
Oh yeah. Yeah,
That's
I
where
definitely hear that a lot. Like, just
Yeah.
the feeling about like, yeah, being at church is one thing, being at with a bunch of people, gathered in his name, that sort
Yeah.
of vibe. But I think in reality, it's a little bit more closer to home if you're out in nature, doing what you love, enjoying nature's
Yeah.
beauty, enjoying, God's creation. It's like a whole
Yeah.
big thing. So I really definitely connect with that. And
Cool.
thank you for sharing this song, man. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it. It's an honor.
So is that what the kind of what the entire song is about? Because one of the reasons I wanted to have you on to do it is I kept listening to the song. I was like, it definitely sound like a very deep song. So my church is a fishing hole. What does that exactly mean?
So pretty much, it says like my pew is a rock. So, he's sitting on a rock, fishing. That's his pew. The sermon's a stream. That's what he's listening to. And the birds, are singing the song. So it's kind of just a way to explain that it's kind of this guy, my church, and that's kind of where he feels closest to God. And it goes into, there's where heaven's right there before your eyes, clear as day. So it's kind of like, you're fishing in the outdoors. It's beautiful and, it looks like heaven, or what you'd think heaven might look like, and it says you can feel his warmth against your skin as you pray. So you can, the sun shining on you and you can, it's like his warmth shining on you, and kind of explain how you can feel, how I feel closer to God, out in the outdoors like that.
When I first had seen the title, I thought it was
Mm-hmm.
saying that your church is the fishing hole, but really it's that the fishing hole is
My church.
I know what
Yeah.
you mean now. When
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
thinking when you're at church, comparing it to a fishing hole, but really you're comparing the fishing hole to the church.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it makes much more sense now.
Yeah.
I like that too. I like fishing a little bit. We just got fishing poles, trying to do that more, but just in general, love being outdoors. I've always liked
Yeah.
running, doing types of things like that. And in Western Washington, beautiful, especially this time of year. I was there in July. Sure,
Mhm.
June, very similar weather to that. It's awesome
Yeah.
out there.
Yeah. It's it hasn't gotten real nice yet. It's kind of sometimes Junes can be nice and sometimes they can rain the whole time. And usually by the 4th of July though, it straightens out. And looks like the next week it's going to be in the mid 70s and mostly sunny. So starting to get better.
Nice.
Yeah, you kind of get impatient. You get a couple of days of nice weather towards the end of May, and you're thinking summer's going to come, and it could just start raining for a month straight. It's kind of frustrating, but yeah, from July to end of September, sometimes into October, it's really nice. Yep.
Nice. So that seems like that wraps it up for the Red Dirt Road podcast today. I want to thank Chad, aka Keenan Mitchell, for coming out. You can check him out on YouTube. Anywhere else? Are you available anywhere else? People to check out your music?
I'm going to be on Facebook soon, but not yet. Yeah.
All right. So stay tuned for that. So we will see you guys next time.
Thank you.